Hello aspirants, I am Pranav. Today I am here to discuss with you the different categories of college of India. Whenever I see the different kind of ranking which is done on the websites, from I see the lot of booklets of coaching centers, there also I have seen the ranking. I saw the ranking even on the business magazines, and I saw that none of these ranking bodies are ever ready to put any college in the B or a C category college. Whatever I'm sharing with you are my experiences. As per my perception, if any college is not really performing in terms of placement or in terms of uh, rich academics, then we should not count that college in a category college. It cannot be possible that every college can be in a category college. When I see the ranking, I see the category 4 times A plus category, 3 times A plus category, 2 times A plus category. Do we really know about the categories of this college? What are the characteristics of these A? So let's put down all the confusion, let's focus here, and you don't accept it, but you must consider it. So let's start. Here are the different factors which I have taken into account for categorizing. The one is the placement, second is faculty, the classroom activities which college conducts, the scholarship which is provided by the different institutes, and what are the long-term thing which you achieve after management, going from a A-level A category college or B category college. What are the long-term benefits which you get? What kind of pre-placement offer given to the student once they complete their summer internship? And definitely how a college intakes a student, the process of intaking. So let's start from here. Here, A-level colleges are the college which has a placement more than 9 lakh rupees. Average placement for freshers. Whereas a B-level college is a college which provides placement greater than 6 lakh rupees for freshers. And for C-level college are the college which provides a placement between 4 to 5 lakh rupees. So these placements figure which are here, I mean to say this 9 is not the average placement. It's a median placement. If the college median placement is 9 or greater than 9 for fresher, then that college can be considered as a category college. Let's move ahead. The second point is, in a A-level college, you will find the brilliant faculties. Only 30% of the faculties are from college. 70% of the faculties are the visiting faculties. And you get the lot of guest lectures you attend here. The peoples who are the CEOs, vice president in top companies, they come down and take the classes. Whereas in B level, you will find the good faculties. 50% of the faculties are the core faculties of the college, whereas the 50% of the faculty you get in the format of a visiting faculty. In a C level college, 70% of the faculties are the faculties from the college, only 30% are the visiting faculties. Guest lectures in these colleges are little limited in this, and it's in quite healthy number if you talk about the B level college. Now what happens? When I come on third point, my observation is that whenever you join any top 10 college, you always see that there is no timing of class. You find the student always 24/7 in the campus. So the college is investing in increasing the classroom durations. And in these classroom durations, you don't just study the subjective things. You do a lot of projects, you give a lot of presentations, you do a lot of research, you do a lot of corporate presentations, you do live projects. So many things are been done. A category is a college where the class duration ranges from 12 hours to 17 hours. The classroom duration varies between 10 to 12 hours in a B level college and in a C level college. These people are very clever in terms of cost cutting. So they give a classroom duration of 5 to 8 hours. But again, these are my perception. But what if this fact is there in majority of the college, this thing is there. That's why I have mentioned it. But it's not, it cannot be generalized for each and every college. Not possible. Fourth point is, obviously, A level college, you will not get any scholarship. B level, no scholarship. C category college, they can offer you scholarship. The criteria on which C category college gives you the scholarship can be your performance in MAT exam, CAT exam, your academics, your performance in GDPI and VATRON. They can give you scholarship if your father is not that financially strong. They may give you. Why A level and B level, though they are in the A category and B category college, they are not ready to give you scholarship. Why? Because they cannot compromise. They cannot compromise in terms of academics. They cannot compromise in terms of visiting faculty. They cannot compromise in terms of guest faculty. They cannot compromise in terms of providing you the exposure of corporate. When you give them healthy fee, they take you to very as close as possible to the corporate life. Now the fifth point is, whenever I met the student of A category college, and I met them after 5 years, I met them after 10 years, and I saw that they jumped exponentially in long term. But again, I will try to do a star marking here, because this again depends. As per my experience, I have seen 5 to 7% of the student who pass out from the top college, and after 1 year of experience only of corporate or of 2 years, they also become faculty sometimes. I have seen some person who opt for becoming faculty after 10 years. So the long-term graph will be very exponential. This again depends from individual to individual. But in majority of the cases, yes, if you are from any level college, your career graph will be very exponential. Whereas career graph takes a good jump in long term if you are doing from a B level college, but again depends from individual to individual. Whereas the career graph takes systematic jump, but again it depends. My recommendation is that if you took admission in a C category college, and suppose the total number of seats are 100, and if you are able to make yourself, retain yourself in top 20% of the strength, in top 20% of the students who are performing really good, then you can match up with the placement performance of a B level college. You can become parallel up to here. That's why even there is nothing wrong in taking admission in C category college, but if you are joining that, please ensure that you should be among top 20%. Now the sixth difference is, in A category college, I have found that after completion of 1 year, people join in, for the summer internship. And when they join summer internship, by the end of the summer internship of 2 to 3 months, at least 30 to 50% of the student, no sorry, not 30 to 50 number of students at least get the PPOs. This number can be higher also when it is a question of A level college. With respect to B level college, this ranges from 15 to 27, which I can say that at least in a B level, 5 to 7% of student gets PPOs. In A level college, 15 to 20% of student can take PPOs, replacement offer, whereas in a C category college, you will find 2 to 3% of student taking pre-placement offers. So what is happening? Pre-placement offer is taking place everywhere. What we have to ensure is our attitude, our performance. So that can decide our PPOs. Now, the last difference, but it's a very important difference between an A category, B category and C category colleges, that whenever you take admission in an A-level college, many student comes to me, they ask that I had a wonderful profile, why I was not selected. So here are the four factors. The one is that whenever you join a college, they check your corporate performance, which designation on which you joined, and what kind of promotion you got in the span of 2 to 3 years, which branded you had joined, and how is the reputation of that brand in the market. You belong to which college? You did your graduation, you graduated from which top brand is also one of the criteria. And in last, they see your performance in VAT and PI round. Whereas when I talk about the B-level selection process, if you have a good profile, like good percentages in 10th, 12th graduation, and if your performance in GDPI is good, then you can be selected in a B-level college. Whereas in a C-level college, if your performance is good in GDPI, they will take you. If your performance is average in GDPI, they can again take you. Sometimes in some college, GDPI is only the part of formality. So you need to ensure that try to do good in your GDPI. And apart from this, if I come over the conclusion, then it's obvious that a student in terms of corporate performance, branded company, college, performance in VAT and PI, everything cannot be very uniform. Our student cannot go back and improve his marks of 10th, 12th, graduation. It's not possible. It's not possible that at graduation level, a company will come in his college and he will take the student. So even if you landed in a C category college, there is no problem. But yeah, the task is tougher. You have to there in top 20% to reach up to here. And again, if you join a B-level college and if you are able to retain yourself in top 30% students, you can match up with the placement of A category college partially. So it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong in taking admission in a B-level college or C-level college. But we should be aware that what we have to do, at what time we have to do, and how it has to be done. Thank you.